What's going on, guys? Greek Freak here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the possibility of the Seattle Supersonics returning to the NBA. Now, this obviously will go off of many things, but really it's just leading to two teams that I think could happen. And I'm going to say that this move is going to be without an expansion draft or another adding of teams. Now, that's the one thing I don't think that the NBA is really going to be needing is an expansion team, just due to the fact that we see teams such as in the Eastern Conference where we're seeing multiple teams just taking out, and it's not even really that competitive, where the Western Conference does look good, but in reality is, unless they do some type of change as far as how the draft is done or anything, I don't see them continuing to be able to have more teams by any means. Now, one of the first teams that I'm going to be mentioning is going to be pretty obvious, which is going to be the New Orleans Pelicans. Now, it has been reported that Anthony Davis may go out 2 to 4 weeks due to a hand injury. And with something like this, we obviously know the drama that's surrounding them and Anthony Davis, and the possibilities of him leaving are pretty high if you really think about it. So one of the things are that them losing that, they're going to end up losing fans and people attending the games. And much of this moving of a franchise would be due to the owners wanting to make a financial move. Now, the Pelicans are 25th in average attendance this season and have been one of the lower ranking teams. Now, this is with Anthony Davis, a superstar caliber player, and also their ticket prices are 6th cheapest in the NBA. Now, if you really think about that, obviously that's the one combination of things you would want: a superstar caliber player with cheaper prices and a team that's sort of in the playoff hunt, but obviously it's not even attracting to too many people. The other team that I would have to mention is going to have to be the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, I mentioned in my previous video that the Memphis Grizzlies are looking to trade Marc Gasol and Conley. Now, we've seen one of the problems with them being in a small market team is the fact that they have to overpay for the players that they do have. And with that, you obviously don't have people who are just wanting to go to Memphis to go play basketball, unless it's for huge pay. And now with them looking to be trading these players, we also have to look at the fact that they are 4th in ticket price as well. So they're even cheaper than the Pelicans are as far as for players to enter. Now, they do sell more tickets, have more average fan base, but it's only by one position. They are 24th in average audience attending, which obviously is not really good moves there. Now, obviously, if you move a team, you're going to have to expect the fact that your fan base is going to go up. And we saw that with the most recent team, which is going to be the team that we're going to think is going to come back at some point, which is going to be the Seattle Supersonics. Could they return without an expansion draft? I think it's possible with these types of things happening now. But of course, I do want to mention things that I believe that these two teams should consider when it comes to adding another team, as in moving the entire franchise, and that is to make sure that you start off with your transition with a star player. I'm not saying as soon as Anthony Davis or Marc Gasol and them leave that you want to do this move, but I'm saying once you get that stepping stone, that first piece that you know you're going to build around, you want to make that transition to move the franchise then. We saw this nicely done with the Seattle Supersonics with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, they ended up getting Kevin Durant, building off onto the draft, having a future to build off of, which created, when they moved, a better moving. Now, here are the average attendance ranks as far as how it goes. Now, 2007 was their last year in Seattle. Their first move to Oklahoma City, a very small market team, went down to 29th. Now, you're probably thinking, that's not really that great. You don't want to make a move like that. But then it moved up to 11th. And ever since 2008, the first year that they went to Oklahoma City, they ended up never being in the bottom half of attendance ever since. So that's 11 years of being one of the top ranked in attendance. And it's a small market team. You have to imagine, especially with the loss that the Seattle Supersonics have had in their franchise, and definitely how we know Seattle fans are, that that would obviously increase there. Now, of course, like I said, I think the fact that you need a superstar caliber type player to move on to, you can't just move a bad team over to a new city and expect greatness to happen. You have to have a team that wants to see all this good stuff happen. But guys, tell me what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think the fact that the Seattle Supersonics are going to return without an expansion draft, do you think it needs an expansion draft in order for them to come back? Or do you think the fact that they won't come back at all? And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that you leave a like and subscribe to become part of the Greek Army today. And as always, this is Sparta.